It's never too late. Do not give up on your dreams. You could be a content creator, and that's honestly what I'm trying to do today. I have posted a lot of YouTube videos in my days. I started posting YouTube videos in 2019, right after I had my son. I really wanted to have freedom. I wanted to be there for my son, watch him grow. I don't know why recording just makes me like run out of breath. And I just came out of the dentist. This side of my face is literally numb. But this is my dream. Like, you don't understand, or you probably do, because this is your dream too. And you don't know like how to just get there. Like, you're just feeling so overwhelmed and you just want to get there because you know it's possible. You believe in yourself. You know you could do it. Don't give up. I'm here for you. Let's be here for each other. I keep biting my tongue. I came out of the dentist maybe 20 minutes ago. I went in there with no makeup and I decided to do my makeup in the car. My hair is natural. I just did a little cute lambidita right here to look professional at the same time. I'm in my car. I don't have anywhere to really film. I do live with my in laws, which I love, don't get me wrong, but it's harder because I don't like filming in front of people, and the house is full of people. And and I just have to figure it out. I just came out of the dentist. My mom is taking care of my baby. I love my mom. When I say that I love her, it's like an understatement because she is honestly just like the best person. So excited to be filming this video. I have filmed a lot of other videos that I have not posted. One of the reasons is just my overthinking. I overthink a lot, like I feel a lot of us do, and it's totally normal. I have come to the conclusion of just doing it. Who cares if you're kind of cringy at your content at first? I know my content, like back in 2019, is still like sometimes I look at it, I'm like, ooh. My sister-in-law was very supportive. I remember when I would post a video, she would literally put it on the sala. She would put it for all of us to watch. She would tell her friends to go watch me, and I was like so like embarrassed of posting, which is okay. Was very embarrassed of what I was posting just because I don't know, like I wanted to be posting at least 2 to 3 times a week, which is really hard. And I remember I would just like post content that wasn't really that good just to post and be kind of relevant. Now I kind of learned to just post what comes more naturally. And I have a lot of videos, like I mentioned. Before I get any further, hi, my name is Luz. I am gonna continue to follow my dreams here on YouTube. My goal on YouTube is honestly, I have been watching so many videos of people just talking about just posting. Like, girl, just post. It doesn't matter if you don't have a niche, it doesn't matter if you're posting with your phone, if you're using your front camera. I just got these little microphones from Amazon, like delivered today, which I'm so happy for because they were lost for maybe close to a month. Like, I ordered them early March and I just got them today, which is March 18th. I'm so happy for them because look how cute. I feel like it just makes it look super fancy just talking with them like in my hand. Like, doesn't it look so cute? Recording makes me feel happy. That's why that's why I realized to not be too scared of posting and not to be too judgmental of myself, like to myself, because we are really our biggest self critics, and I am tired of having thoughts in my head of doing YouTube, of posting content, of being a content creator. You could say I don't want to sound like, I'm like a professional and I know how to do content. I don't know, like that's the thing. I don't want to sound like content creator over here, but yes, at the same time, like, what's wrong with it? And what I've come to the conclusion is that people that are gonna judge you and talk bad about you, they're how do I say that? They're just people that are probably not even happy with themselves. They probably don't even know what they're doing with their own life, but it's easy for them to judge your own life. So that's what I've been thinking. Don't be too hard on yourself. If people are going to judge you, let them judge you. At least you're doing what you love and not faking it and doing work that doesn't really satisfy you and it doesn't really truly to your core make you feel happy. I've been a W 2 employee most of my life. I started working in agriculture while in high school. I was a rebel back in my days and I didn't want to finish high school. So my parents they took me to the fields. Estaba haciendo el asador, estaba haciendo la pala, and the temperature was over 100 degrees here in Kern County, which is crazy because it's just super hot and I was super skinny back in those days. So I don't know how I survived. Taught me a really big lesson because my parents are field workers. They have been field workers since they arrived to the US, and my mentality was very childish. I do understand that. I understand that I was a child, so my mentality wasn't really there like how it is now. Now I look back and I'm like, girl, what were you doing? Your parents were literally working their ass off for you and you were ditching school, like you weren't prioritizing your education. It is what it is. I'm a different person now. I could leave her behind. I could If I could, I would go back and give her a quick hug because I know what she needed back then was just a little bit of love and attention. But that's a whole other subject. I grew up in the United States, but I was born in Mexico. So I am currently an illegal in the United States. I have my DACA, which honestly, I'm blessed. I am blessed to have my DACA. I can't even emphasize that enough. My DACA has made me feel like a US citizen. Like I have all of the benefits. I have a social security number. I'm able to legally work in the United States. I could do YouTube. Like I could get paid for doing YouTube, which is just a dream, which makes me get emotional for a good reason, of course. Like it's a dream of mine to do YouTube. I think the main dream here is freedom, right? Like, who doesn't wish to be able to be financially free and give your parents that same freedom and not being financially worried? Because here in the United States, for an illegal, for immigrants, it is really hard. It's really tough, especially 2025 has not been easy. I 2025 has not been easy. All this immigration stuff going on, families getting separated, has really been eye opening. I don't really like to keep up with the news, not to be ignorant of the situation, but to not really do that to myself. Just don't want to watch the news. I feel like watching the news just gives you a whole lot of stress. I already know what's going on, which of course I like to know what's going on, but the news sometimes is just a little bit too much for me. Going back to my story of how I wait, is it even a story? This video is not really scripted. I didn't really write down what I wanted to say. It's just all in my head and that's a mistake. I should have wrote some notes down because as I'm filming, I'm thinking a lot, and after I'm done filming is when I'm like, "Oh, I should have said this. I should have said that." So I didn't write any notes down for this video. I'm just spitballing it here, just really talking from my soul, from my core, and just letting everything kind of blurb out. But I just wanted this to be more like of a freestyle video, like reintroducing myself to YouTube because that is my goal this year and all my years to come. YouTube has been a dream. Um, the YouTuber that made me fall in love with YouTube was John Liu. I remember watching him and just falling in love with content. I remember thinking like I could do that and that would be so much fun to do. And I would think of ideas of what to film. And I'm a consumer. I love watching YouTube. I love watching podcasts. Ah, Disclaimer, sorry if I'm breathing too loud in this little microphone. It's my first time using it. I don't know where to place it. Like, where does it sound good? And then I don't want to make like too much noise with it. So I'm just trying my best. And I'm sorry if I'm like heavy breathing through this whole video, but it's so cute. I've been wanting one of these and now I have one. makes me feel a little bit more professional and like I know what I'm doing here. So yeah, back to how I fell in love with YouTube and how I know that it's something that I really really want to do, and I don't want to give up on it because I've been very on and off. I know I have, but it's the same overthinkingness that I need to work on, try to get over. I know it takes time. I know it's a process. I know I need to be more consistent. And that's something that I really plan to do because, like I mentioned, it does really make me feel happy. Like just talking makes me feel like therapeutic. And right now, I'm in my car, a little cramped. I also mentioned like I don't have anywhere to film. Like I really don't. My car is like my safe place, and this is where I'm filming at an empty parking lot with an RV in the back. I think it's super cute with the trees and like the windows open. Kind of reminds me of my dream car, which is a Tesla. Like I love how the Teslas have like that big old roof. Also mentioning of how I started working. I started working in agriculture. Shortly after, I got a job at a shoe store, which I really liked. I would work in the fields in the morning, and in the afternoons, I would work at that shoe shop. And I remember that I would give my mom my checks from the shoe shop, like for the bills and all that fun stuff. Had that going on in the mornings. I would work in the fields, and in the afternoons, I would go to the shoe store. Then I started working with life insurance. That was fun, but my DACA wasn't active at the moment, so I couldn't get my license. My DACA took a while to process during that time, which I was really worried about, but thank goodness that I have had my DACA consistently since I was, I believe, 15 or 16, around there. So right after high school, I was honestly, like I mentioned, like a US citizen with all the rights, which was amazing. And this is why I am so thankful to my mom. She has always just made it happen for me. She's made my life honestly be so much easier here in the United States since I am an illegal, a beautiful illegal with a lot of dreams. So life insurance didn't work out. I started working at Halos on and off, night shifts, morning shifts, all the shifts until I started working in Halos in 2016, and I stopped working in Halos, I believe, 2020 or 2021. So I was at Halos for a really long time. I started off as a sorter, which is pretty much where there's like bands going. There's bands like nonstop going, and there's fruit just passing by, and you have to sort like choice was one of them, and then juice, and you have to separate the grades, sizing. You also have to know like your sizes, all that good stuff. So I started off being a sorter. Then I moved to being quality control. So I would check boxes, like the boxes that were already packed, and they would come through a conveyor belt. And I was there like on the computer, and I would just pull out a random box and I would open it up. I would check the fruit and I would see if it was in the right box with the right label, make sure that the fruit was good, that it wasn't rotten, make sure the size of the fruit, the quality, and that was fun for a while. I remember during that time I started dating my now husband. Who would have known that little me would fall madly in love with this guy and start a beautiful family? I remember starting off being quality control. I was training, and I think like my first training day by myself, I didn't even ask for like the day off. It was my birthday. It was March 11th. I remember it was the day after my birthday that my now husband, his name is George, by the way. I'm like, I don't know if to mention his name. I think it's okay to mention his name since I plan on doing this. He might not be in the videos, but he will be part of a lot of stories since he is in my life. I remember he took me to Disneyland for the very first time. That's when I started really liking him. I remember because growing up, my dad would never take us anywhere, like he didn't know like even how to drive in Bakersfield, which is super close by. And I remember talking about him. He's calling me like right now. Thing on. I don't know, but these things are so cute. I love them. Georgia called right now just to let me know that he's gonna be out of work soon. That means I have to go pick up my baby, go home. I love when he gets home. We just like to spend time together. Honestly, I am really blessed in my life. It's not perfect, but I know that I am really blessed. Please excuse my nails. Like, I have been having like fake nails, and I took them off a little while ago, and now my nails are so ugly. Like, they're brown, and they're of course damaged from having other nails on top of them. They're cracked. They're all over the place. That's why I was using this hand, because this hand is not as bad as this hand over here. So let's excuse that. Let's continue the conversation. I'm having very much I'm having so much fun just like honestly blabbing and just like talking. Even though my mouth is numb, it's not stopping me. Like, nothing's gonna stop me anymore. I need to do this. I need to be happy. I need to stop like hitting my chest, right? I need to stop I need to stop not posting. You get what I mean? Like, I need to start because it's possible. I know I could make money. I know I could have freedom. I know I could do what I love. And I mean, if you do what you love and then you get paid for it, it's like so much better. My eyes got so itchy, but I really can't feel my face. But I felt itchiness. I'm like, what's going on? I felt so much itchiness right here next to my eye. I was talking about how my husband George took me to Disneyland when we were dating. This blew me away. Like, this man blew me away because who takes me to Disneyland? Like, we just started dating not that long ago, and now we're going to Disneyland. Like, I have never been in my entire life to Disneyland. So my first time to Disneyland was with him. Shortly after, he took me to Universal Studios. Like, damn. In that same year, he took me to those two places that I have never been in my life, that I had not thought that I wasn't be going to for sure. He definitely opened up my world and my mind to possibilities that I had never thought about. And that's why I love being with him. Like, we argue, we have our things like normal couples, but I would not want to be with anybody else. Like, this guy really makes me happy. He makes me see things differently. He has changed my mindset in a good way. Like, now I see it in a good way. At first, of course, I would argue and not agree and this and that. Like, him also, I feel like he's learned a lot from me too. Like, we've both learned from each other, which I think is the main goal in a relationship. Like, you have to learn from each other. Your mindset has to grow and change. So that's been beautiful. I got a little carried away with that. So I worked at Halos for a long time. Mind you, I had a child. I had my first child while working at Halos. So, like I mentioned, I started working at Halos in 2016, and I found out I was pregnant in 2017. My son was born 2018, which was a shocker. I was not planning to have a baby at that age, at that time, but things happened, and I am so happy to have my son. Like, he has definitely changed my world, and thanks to having him, we had our second baby, which was not that long ago. In 2022, he is my rainbow baby. My second baby is my rainbow baby. I had two miscarriages prior to having a successful full term pregnancy, and it was really tough on me because if you've been through a miscarriage, you just know, you don't need really the explanation, but going through a miscarriage is horrible. You have these thoughts of shame, of blame. You blame yourself for the miscarriage. And it was a really hard time. It was not easy. It's things that happen in life that you have to sadly push through, accept, know that God has a higher plan for you. And now I have my just turned 3-year old in March. So he just turned 3. We are from the same month. He's March, I'm March. And there's a lot of us in March. My parents, actually, both of them are from March. So that's really cute. He was almost born on my birthday. He's just 3 days after my birthday. My birthday is March 10th and his birthday is March 13th. So we're super close by. My mom and I actually share the same birthday. We are both March 10th and my dad is March 1st. Just in case if you're wondering what the birthdays are in March, those are it. After working in Halos for so long, I got really tired of the whole warehouse type of job because I was just scanning bins on the computer, standing, walking all day, which that part I actually liked. Like, I like the walking part. I feel like after my first pregnancy, I did slim down a lot thanks to all of the walking that I did. It's just a lot of drama at a warehouse, and I honestly did not want that in my life. The only thing that I truly miss from working at Wonderful, I call it Wonderful because that's like the area where I was at. The only thing that I really miss from working at Halos is the food. The food I remember so delicious, so healthy at a really good price. That's the only thing that I miss. And some of the friends that I did make there while working there. It was a good experience, but I would definitely not go back. It's just a very, oh my gosh. I put my phone to charge for a little bit because it had 1%. So I let it charge for a bit. Now it has 2%, so I need to speed this up. After working at Halos for so long, I was pregnant with my second baby when I stopped working at Halos. So I stopped working there. I started doing DoorDash. I remember one day I made $200 on DoorDash, but that was like from the morning, the earliest time till like the latest time. I made $200. My husband at the time was starting off his business, so it was tough, like money wise. We really had to figure things out, and I was honestly on the pursuit for freedom. I had been working at Halos for so long, and I was so tired of the hours. I remember just knowing what time I was going to be going in, but not knowing what time I was going to be going out, and not knowing what time I would be out. This caused a lot of stress on me because it was sometimes 16-hour shifts, sometimes it was 6-hour shifts, and it was just a lot going on. I remember thinking maybe if I stay here long enough and I keep climbing the ladder, maybe I'll make some really good money and I'll have more freedom. But as I stayed there and I climbed some of the ladder, I realized that there wasn't really much freedom there, and it just didn't really make me happy, like agriculture and fruit like that. It's just not something that I wanted to do. I wanted to do more of this, which is creating content. DoorDash was fun, but it was really tiring. Like I was pregnant. I remember I did it until I was like 9 months pregnant. I was on and off the car, like moving, which I really love. Like I love being active. I would be like out there, like sometimes like even like all day, like just trying to figure life out, trying to find that freedom that I had been craving for so long, and just, but it wasn't it. DoorDash was good to me, but it's not somewhere where I wanted to stay. In 2023, I did start working for a non emergency medical transportation company, which I am currently there. And again, I have 2% on my phone, which means I need to move it, girl, because I want to post this video, even if it's not. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Positive mind. My little ugly nail. Oh my god, I forgot. Not that nail, girl. Don't use that little nail. Poor little nail. You've been through a lot. Yes, you have. I have been loving working for the company. It's called 1-800 Medivan. So, as a non emergency medical transportation driver, I take patients to their medical appointments. I have met so much incredible people. A nice experience, but also a sad experience because most of the patients that I do transport are dialysis patients. And if you don't know about dialysis, Google it. It's honestly a lot, and the patients go through a lot, especially since I have made a lot of close relationship with these patients. It's sad to see when they're not feeling as well, and when unfortunately they do pass away. I have had a lot of really close patients of mine pass away. Working for this company has really opened my eyes on how short life really is. I have almost 2 years working there, and I have learned so much. I have prioritized my health. I myself in 2022 was diagnosed with an oversized heart. I remember being really scared. I remember the pain that I would get on my chest. This was after having my second baby, and I was really scared of leaving my kids behind without a mom. And I really got my stuff together. I lost the weight. The doctor thankfully didn't put me on any medication. He just told me, change your lifestyle. You're really young. And that's what I did. I started intermediate fasting. The main thing that I changed was my eating. I started eating healthier. And like I mentioned, intermediate fasting was definitely a life changer. I lost around 40 pounds with intermittent fasting. I love drinking chia seeds with some lemon water in the mornings, like on an empty. My phone keeps dying. It is now at 1%. Like it just died right now. I charged it, but it's not moving fast enough. I have to go for my kids and I need to finish this video. Let's wrap it up. I left off talking about how I was diagnosed with an oversized heart. I was also diagnosed with cholesterol. I had high cholesterol, so changing my diet was definitely key. Thank goodness I am much better now. It's 2025. I am doing better. I am moving my body more. I'm focusing more on myself. I recently dyed my hair, which I'm loving the color. I need to go back though for a little retouch because it's fading. I was blonde. I had some blonde highlights before this, so I could see that showing up. I have definitely learned over the years of the importance of putting yourself first, loving yourself, which is my primary thing. I know that if I'm okay, things will be okay. I will be able to be there for my kids and my husband and just live life to the fullest. Also, in 2022, after having my son, I got really bad depression. Like my depression was really, really bad. I felt like everything just came all at once. 2022 was a really tough year, but at the same time, it was a really beautiful year because I had my rainbow baby. Now we are a happy family of four. I want a girl. I have two boys. I want a girl, but the whole process of pregnancy and it all, it's just really hard. So I'm really thinking about it. Maybe in the future I'll have a little girl. I am the only girl and the oldest of five. So a sister has always been a dream, and the next best option is a little daughter, which maybe one day, fingers crossed, we get there. Like I've been talking about, being free, especially financially, not having to worry about it all because this life is honestly just about money. Money is a really important tool, and having it would make my life like super easy. Just be home with the kids, travel, not worry would be so awesome. I'm sure that's all of our dreams. So like we all want to just not worry about money and be happy and travel and spend and buy whatever we want. That's I think everybody's dreams. So don't give up on your dreams. Make sure to follow your dreams. There people are gonna judge. Remember, you are the main character in your life. Do what makes you happy. I'm gonna go pick up my kids now. I loved creating this. I love using my little microphones. Hopefully, it doesn't sound too bad. I'm getting used to these little things. They're so cute. It makes me feel like I have my own little podcast here, and it makes me happy. So make sure to follow your dreams and do what makes you happy.